Good evening, ladies and non-ladies, and welcome to this fabulous Hollow Knight Elegy Present Showcase race, in which we are going to see some fabulous gameplay on two different routes and two different patches between Violet and Sawayoshi. Both of these runners are extremely talented at what they do, not only in this category, but many, many others. And in terms of talent, I also have to mention my lovely co-commentator and dear friend for this evening, and for other evenings. Let's be clear, our friendship extends beyond that. The lovely Virgil.
Hello. Herm has dragged me from the depths of, I guess, Central Time, Alabama, to attend this commentary. So excited to be involved in this community once again. And yeah, I agree. There's going to be some wonderful, amazing races performed by wonderful, amazing racers tonight.
Yeah, so we have a really exciting showcase here in that we are going to be seeing one runner doing. Violet's going to be doing the shamanless route, I believe, and Sawa is going to be doing the shaman full route. And so these routes have some minor differences throughout, but also Violet is running on patch 1.5.78 point numbers, and Sawa is running on 1432. So there will also be some differences there that will be really exciting. And so I think we can pretty much get into counting them down so we don't have to go and perseverate over the mere existence of this showcase. We want you all to be amazed by the actual gameplay. So, Virgil, would you like to do the counting down honors?
Yep, sounds good. I will count them down in chat.
Yeah, so also speaking of Sawa, one of the runners in this race, they made the fabulous layout for this event. And I just have to tell the story of this layout in that they wanted to put more grubs in the bottom right corner, but unfortunately they did not fit. So imagine even more grubs populating this layout, allowing all of us to appreciate the true beauty of all. Sorry, my brain broke, I can't do math. 92 grubs that will be saved tonight over the course of this run. Truly, we need a layout with 92 grubs, but we will have to deal with the 9 that we have now. Think about it as each grub representing 10 grubs that will be saved, and then Virgil and I are the last two.
I'm glad we're being safe. Woo!
I can't wait to be free. What about you, Virgil?
Um, yeah, I can say same here. Trapped in the jar is not the way I would like to spend a summer, and it's not exactly the vibes. And I believe the two runners should be counted down soon, and
Yes,
we shall
starting
see.
soon.
Yeah.
Mars 92 because each runner today will be, by completing Elegy percent, saving 46 grubs. Um, I think I did math right. It's been a long day. But yes,
Yeah.
so as Virgil said, we are starting off, and I believe the first difference we have between the shamanless and the shamanful routes occurs pretty early in the run. It's a pretty minor difference between when we get the Crossroads Spike Grub, um, and basically the shamanless route gets it before False Night, and the shamanful route gets it after False Night. So that's pretty much the minor difference that we'll be seeing right away. But don't worry, each runner will still be saving all of the grubs.
Yep, and as both runners have dropped into King's Pass, again, no matter what categories you're doing, it's a pretty standard route of just a series of short hops that has taken me a long time to master when I was first starting out the game. And just a little bit of a, not spoiler, or like heads up, as we approach this King's Pass door, I believe Herm has prepared us, courtesy of. Wait, please remind me
Lauren.
who created. Yes, courtesy of Lauren. This wonderful knock knock joke.
Yes.
So
So
yeah,
this is a Hermjol tradition, and we'll explain it a bit more after the joke. But the joke is fast approaching. Virgil, knock knock.
who's there?
Grub.
Grub who?
This joke grubs me the wrong way.
Oh my! Oh no! Wow.
Immense shoutouts to Slort for providing us with this joke. You see, when Virgil and I commentated a great deal together during the All Skills tournament, we'd do 2 knock knock jokes per run, one at KP door and one at Abyss door, because, well, there's simply a lot of time. And so These knock knock jokes have been a long-standing tradition. We're immensely grateful to Slorp for providing us one, even if it was not fantastic. Yeah, Vi may be having some timer issues. I'm not entirely sure what is up with that, but I think it's the stream delay above anything else. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
Violet is apparently sighing at the joke from afar, so good to know. We've succeeded.
Yeah, and speaking of traditions, I'm just hoping this thing won't happen tonight. Let me knock on wood. About cursing runners.
Oh yes.
That would never happen again.
Virgil and I are very talented. There's still a really great clip of the All Skills tournament that you can dig up in which Virgil wishes death upon a runner seconds before they die. This is the true power of Virgil_SL. So I hope these runners are ready to fight against all possible curses and anti-curses.
Yes, indeed. And as we are coming up towards the first segment, I believe, do we save a grub here, Herb?
Yes,
I'm not
so
quite up
both
to date
runners
yet.
here are going to save the Crossroads Wall Grub, which is the one with the aspids right here. Sawa's coming up on it. But after this, Sawa is going to, doing the Shaman full route, head to False Knight, and Vi is instead going to take the Crossroads bench here, then save Wall Grub and Spike Grub in one go and quit out. So this is our first route difference.
Yeah, and as Sawa is coming up upon the False Knight, it is interesting that in the Elegy category, we actually do fight False Knight all the way through. You know, in some speedruns, such as the most general any %, there is a skippable wall on the left that once you stagger False Knight once, the knight can break that door and just use it as a no thank you, I'm rich enough, I don't need your money, and also I'm just gonna peace out right here. But in the Elegy route, we need the city crest that False Knight holds to open up and get access to city, so we will actually see the runners defeat False Knight here through all of its patterns, I believe.
Virgil's absolutely correct there, and I mean the other main difference is that we're going to be getting the green path stack, so that's another main reason why we need that money, as Virgil was remarking, because the green path stack, being 140 geo, is a bit of an investment for the early game, and so we've got to be prepared. Sawa pulling off a pretty nice False Knight here, overall, as Vi heads in.
Yep. And I love Kali's mention of Rando in chat. I have been playing pretty much nothing but Rando. It's the only connection I still have for Hollow Knight, so I think today I'm going to have some confusion moments whenever there's item pickup and the actual item gets picked up where it's dropped.
Oh, Virgil, like, you're gonna like this run. Everything is vanilla.
Wait, Claw? Is that Claw? Revolutionary.
Yeah, dearest Himothity. I really hope we can get Himothity to fix this run.
I know.
Okay, wait, let's see what Sawa gets at VS. Oh my god. See what I said, Virgil? I was right.
Vengeful Spirit, I can't believe it. I'm calling for a refund. I'm sorry. I'm reaching out to the entire Team Cherry community. I can't deal with this spaghetti.
Understandably so. So Sawa is making their way through Ancestral Mound. Another difference here between the Shamanless and Shaman full route is that Sawa will be picking up Soul Catcher, which in my modest opinion is what every single person running a latest patch meme should do, regardless of whether or not it is optimal. It is an ethical responsibility to pick up Soul Catcher, as it is the 7th of the 10 LP meme crew commandments, despite the fact there are no others. It's just number 7. So we should really have some strong appreciation for Sawa. Oh, they didn't
and
pick
they
it up.
proceed to skip. Aww. Oh no!
That broke me.
To be fair, I would like to point out, it is on the Paceman notes that Soul Catcher should be a wow. I'm sorry, Herm, for the rejection.
I feel completely robbed. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Oh my gosh. So now Sawa will be doing some slow, not optimal soul farming. I'm
You hate to see it.
Virgil, you speak some coherent words for a second. I need a moment.
All right. So, yeah, we see Sawa facing the second Elder Boulder at the Green Pass entrance, and unfortunately, or sorry, as an all skills 1-2-1 runner in the past, unfortunately, we cannot skip the second boulder by just walking to the right of the screen and shooting one fireball to the left. So that's why we had to have such complicated soul gathering. And it looks like on Vice side, neither runner will be getting the soul catcher today. So better luck next time, I suppose.
And wow, Virgil is going to be a complete savage to me. I will have to find a moment to get her back later.
I apologize.
Um, no apologies necessary. I deserve to be owned in that situation. I was so confident. So, despite the lack of Soul Catcher making everything automatically worse, we are saving grubs, which makes everything exponentially better. So I feel like that cancels out Sawa nailing that fireball skip, as they always do, because they are a gamer, and heading into the deeper reaches of Green Path. I believe there is another route divergence between Shamanless and Shaman Full. Immense shoutouts to Violet, by the way, for preparing. She prepared for us a full route differences document, which is so helpful for both Virgil and myself as people who are less automatically familiar with this category and its routes. But yeah, so it seems that Sawa is not going to be saving the Moss Knight Grub on their first trip to Green Path. They're going to be saving it when they come back using this stag. So that's a slight route difference, and we'll see Vi go and save it when she gets in here. But other than that, pretty consistently heading through Green Path as one does. Oh yeah, there's some storage going on Sawa's side. That's fun.
Yeah, and I believe as Sawa is coming up here, we will be skipping the my brain just blanked out the mosquito. Well, never mind. I'm also wrong. What? No, I'm not. Okay.
No, you're right. You're right. Believe in yourself, Virgil. It's okay.
Second guessing myself on. Please remind me what the name of the boss is. I can't believe this.
And lightning.
There we go. I was like, in my mind, I was thinking like FK, but I do not remember what that stands for. Or like BK,
yeah.
but yeah.
Cause like BFK. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're not doing the same route. Vi is running Shamanless and Sawa is running Shaman Full. So we're pointing out the differences as we go.
So yeah, as we saw, Sawa has purchased the Green Pass stack and now is making their way onto Hornet. Healing once their safety 3 HP, I respect that decision a lot.
Yeah, and totally good on Soul. Being at full Soul coming out of that. Very, very chill. And so, gonna have a Hornet fight. Sure is one. Hornet sure is a boss, but really quite manageable for these runners who have done a great deal. Vi is gonna be heading down and saving this Moss Knight grub, so let's wish them a good fight against the Moss Knight. As Sawa heads out, grabs their cloak, and will be dashing away. Oh, I love grubs.
Grubs are great. I think this might be a little bit cheesy, but should the commentators attempt to make grub noises tonight?
I feel like if we do 92 grub noises, that will be bad for our voices, as well as
That
the
is true.
enjoyment of chat. However,
Maybe...
I think that when they fight Collector, we can each do a set of grub noises.
Oh, I was gonna suggest, since the theme originally was that we were the last two grubs to be saved, that
you're so right.
We should make grub noises when we are freed.
Okay, I agree. When Virgil and I are freed, since each grub on the layout represents 10 grubs, and then Virgil and I are the last two, We will make grub noises upon achieving our freedom. Excellent.
And now we can see on Sawa's screen that they are swiftly dashing into Fongo and heading towards that Mantis Claw of Italy that everyone just is all the rage these days. You know, when
It
I
really is good for the kids to wall jump. I'm not gonna lie with you.
yeah.
So yeah,
Mad
Sawa's gonna be
respect.
heading down. Oh, go.
No, go for it. All good. I was just
No, you go. No, you go. Okay, I'll go. So Sawa is going to be heading down and not quitting out, but I do want to point out that they will not yet be getting my very favorite grub in the entire game, which is Grub Fungal Bouncy. It is the best grub simply because of how it is named. In terms of speed running, as well as in terms of general movement, it is an infuriating grub. But since it is called Grub Fungal Bouncy, it gets the gold medal for being best grubby. And so that is, but we will not be saving and quitting from Claw. Instead, we're going to go to City. That's my piece.
Yeah, indeed. And later we will be heading or focusing on Sawa's side for now. They have performed a flawless e-pogo off of that spork and its explosions hitbox and has swiftly dropped into Mantis Village. And yeah, the reason also why we will not be getting the poor Grub Fungo Bouncy is that we will be heading into Deep Nest through, I believe, that route. So we will pick that grub up on the way later.
Tragic that we have to free Grub Fungal Bouncy just before entering Hell.
I know.
Really, they deserve better. But Sawa will be heading over to City Crest as Vi follows them down into Fungal. Pretty similar here. There's not really too much of a route difference until we get up to Spell Twister, because instead of Shaman, Vi will be picking up Spell Twister in Sanctum, and also buying City Toll Bench, which is a whole different deal. So those are the main route differences coming up between the two. But other than that, they're pretty much just proceeding on to City, getting their bearings, and they're gonna go over towards Lem, open the lever, and head up into Sanctum.
Yep, and now Sawa is on their way to City, performing a generally not seen in a movement that's generally not seen in like the normal category. Sorry, I say normal, like maybe the most well-known categories like any percent and all skills, but overall really clean movement and yeah, showing off some of those maybe rooms that are more DLC rooms in our extension speedruns.
Oh yes, and I mean, speaking of the DLC rooms, since both of these runners are running on a current patch of the game, they will be doing the tragically named DLC rooms by going up through the left side of storerooms because they cannot lever skip since they are on a morally superior patch.
Hey!
Virgil, who runs on 1221. But because of all of that, it's also generally not a bad idea to take that Quirrell bench right there. It really loses very little time, and because the city gate hard saves you, a death in Sanctum is very painful, and it's just nice to have to do a slightly smaller amount of rooms on your way back, heading out, because you will be equally hard saved in Sanctum should you succeed.
Indeed. And Vi is also heading to City, and I'd like to also point out that Quirrell bench is, in my opinion, the best bench when Quirrell is sitting on it, because it's like the most chill music, and before you head into Sanctum, like in a normal playthrough, before you have to deal with all the chaos that is Sanctum, it is really nice to sit there and relax for a while.
It absolutely is, and you say all of this, Virgil, as Violet shamelessly skips over.
I know, I can't believe it.
New Quirrell bench. They have no need for safety strats, no need for calm and relaxation. She is on a mission, and that mission is to destroy the cages that our grub friends inhabit. At the hands of...
As she should.
Electing oppressors.
And I'm
First,
just
you heard
gonna.
about Eat the Rich with G Husk. Now get ready for resisting systems of oppression by freeing drunks.
I'm gonna precautionarily knock on wood because Vi is such an amazing runner, and I would not want to curse him in any way.
We've got to be maximum nice or mean to Vi depending on the situation.
Yeah, and here we have Sawa fighting the Soul Warrior. An interesting choice to put in Godhome, and I believe they are trying to just obviously try to get those fireballs in, and if they can time it perfectly, there is a slight chance that they will double. But yeah, still a smooth fight overall.
Good doubles there. I saw Athley pointing them out, and I think that overall, by taking 2 heals, should be pretty fine here heading into Hellroom. The issue with Hellroom being named so because it is a room that is only required on latest patches of the game. That causes you to do a great deal of platforming in a room with 3 soul twisters is that it can just really have a compounding effect, but Sawa gets through it so nicely, and since they're not taking soul twister, they can head right into soul master and have a really good time. Looks like Vi's getting some pretty nice doubles as well.
Yeah. And interesting setup strats by Sawa. Oh no, I don't think that was. Oh, actually, yeah, they did do that to
Yes,
skip the
vision.
vision. I was gonna be like, was that intentional?
That was pretty funny. I admire that greatly from Sawa.
Yeah.
I had not seen that before.
But still, 3 HP. I mean, oh gosh, I shouldn't say this. I believe in Sawa with 3 HP.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fine fight to play fast and loose for the most part. It's just all about getting your patterns right in the second phase, because I'm sure they'll be going for some more advanced strats. But I do want to note on the other side, Vi briefly did a charm tutorial skip using follies, which is very convenient because it lets you get through that screen very quickly. And they did pick up Spell Twister, which she'll be using for the rest of the run instead of Shaman. So yeah, here's Sawa in that second phase. It is one where you have to play under some constraints, but did miss a firewall there. Overall, seems to be doing pretty well though.
Yeah. That quick kill technique at the corner of the room was honestly, I would like to say, really flawless. Like, they perfectly skipped the Soul Master on the first dive, which for some reasons doesn't have a hitbox, and then just continue to gather soul from Soul Master.
Yeah,
Until,
it was really well done. And Vi similarly demonstrating great expertise in its Soul Master fight. She's really holding up quite well going into the second phase, so we'll see what kind of strategy they use going in here, but it will be a similar quick kill style.
Yep, and here we have Sawa doing some fake dives where if you just dive really, really close to the breakable floors, you can break them without falling all the way down, and as we see there, it allows them to basically free that grub without having to climb all the way up again, and save them some time.
Yeah, very, very smooth on Sawa's end. Just always a fun note that follies are FPS dependent, so in Sanctum they can cause you a real time and a half if you don't have your FPS capped, but Sawa seems to, so they managed everything very well, and it seems that just as they are exiting Sanctum, Vi is picking up her dive, which is logical given that she's made several detours that Sawa has not throughout this route. Obviously that time will be rebalanced later. It's kind of hard to tell exactly who is ahead or behind given the difference in routes, but both of them are getting their fake dives, which makes that grub good enough to get, because it is really painful if you don't get that fake dive.
Yup, and now that we're out of Sanctum, unfortunately getting dive does hard save the runners right next to Soul Master, so even though Vi didn't bench before going to City, she still has to like go all the way around and navigate her way out of this entire soul twister infested area. And both runners will be heading towards, I believe, the stag, City Storm stag, and the stagging out of there.
Yeah, ultimately they are heading for the stag, but the slight difference between routes here is that Vi is actually going to buy the toll bench right here, and it's gonna take that bench. Not yet. Okay.
I think going out of the room and going back in is faster. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say if they didn't take that bench right away, I would have been very surprised. But yeah, okay, so it's gonna equip Spell Twister, and then she's gonna head up to the stag as Sawa is currently doing. And so this is Vi is pretty much set in terms of charms for the rest of the run, whereas Sawa is waiting to become shamanful, as the route implies.
Yep, and nice to point out on Vi's screen here that she is going for the simple key that's next to the storeroom because there are quite a few grubs locked in the horrors of waterways, which is a, in my opinion, budget version of Deep Nest. And we're gonna need that simple key to unlock the waterways and free some grubs.
Yes. And by quite a few, I think. Well, you have one in Ismus Grove, you have one in Waterways proper. Where is the third one? Is it just those two?
It might be.
local Elegy percent local Elegy percent comms cannot remember where all of the grubs are. Oh yes, we got some good stag wiggles there. You love to see it. And so Sawa is getting the Crossroads guarded grub, and we are going to say hi to our worst enemy. Oh, Worm Scrub Tramlocked. Thank you so much, Fruno. And so we are going to be saying hi to Mila, who we wish death upon, even though we don't get to kill her this run. I really hope that one of the runners choose to go kill her afterwards, just to show everybody where we're at today.
I would like to say the opposite, and I would like to point out this has been a big debate between me and Herb ever since Herb has betrayed the Mila saving side. I'm not sure what's gotten into her, honestly.
What has gotten into me is I stopped pretending.
Sawa missed the podcast, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sawa really going for the Pogax though, which I absolutely admire.
Yay, Sawa!
So let's go. I have been unbutted when Gidge remembers that I'm not butt, but I've been able to masquerade at times. So yeah, Sawa's gonna be grabbing Peak's Crusher's Grub, although they are having a bit of a health issue. Thankfully they have some soul to heal it up with, so they can head out. Peak is a very grub heavy area. You will remember this if you are an enjoyer of Lockout or Blackout Rando, in that there are 7 grubs here in Peak, so the runners will be saving all of them in one fell swoop because, well, there isn't really any reason to return here once we've got Sea Dash. So get ready for a lot of grub saving here.
Yeah, and Peaks is also a very cycle-focused area. We had seen Sawa perform a wonderful God cycle, and Vi unfortunately messed up the cycle just a little bit, so you cannot catch it, but still, moving through these rooms fast and without getting hit is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely a lot of precision required to get to this area. And I am going to point to, it seems like Calavi in the chat has made an excellent point. Virgil, you could say that this area has peak grub levels.
Oh boy, I looked down at the chat exactly when you said that. That's comedy gold.
It is very well done, and I feel physically wounded. Thank you very much. Okay, nice little... I was gonna say, wow, that's an interesting damage tank, but I don't think it was intentional at all. Sawa heading out after getting that grub, which is so painful if you don't have the right movement for it. He's at 1 health, which can be a little bit scary here. We'll be getting some soul from this, I forget what it's called, but it's like a Milo with a laser. And
Yeah.
after getting soul from the laser, Milo will be able to head up, and back towards the mainframe of Peaks.
Yep, and it looks like Vi might have caught up with Sawa at this point, because Sawa's
The
yeah.
Pog Axe, honestly, I think the Pog Axe is probably what gave. Oh, that was a smartly done dive there by Vi. And I think that between Sawa's Pog Axe and Vi's general precision, with the exception of God Pixel through Peak, she's been able to catch up a fair amount, especially considering the fact that Sawa is still behind on a few different things by virtue of by doing the shamanless route. The only difference, of course, as Vi puts it on its route notes, all arenas suck slightly more because no shaman, so time will be lost there. But given Vi's ability to do proficient combat in general, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
And I believe since there is a slight bit of desync issue, unfortunately Rixia is not in the chat tonight, so I would just have to give rough estimates.
Why can't you be up at 4 a.m.? Come on.
That is true. Wow. Okay, local herm peer pressuring other Hollow Knight gamers to stay up at 4 a.m. But yeah, I believe Vi was about 10 seconds ahead picking up C-Dash compared to Sawa. But then again, Elegy percent is usually a 100 hours? 1 hour category. So there's still a lot of time to be made up.
Here first, Virgil says that this category is going to take 100 hours, and I'm the one who dragged her into this, and I didn't know what I was signing up for. I feel betrayed. So we are now going to reunite ourselves with a Hermdrill classic, the All-Skill Scrub, which we love and adore. We should all be very happy about the All-Skill Scrub. I want to see lots of praise for it in chat. It is such a beautiful creature because it basically allows you to reveal yourself as a person with a heart. If you are running all skills and you don't save the scrub, seek help. There is something deeply wrong with you. But in this run, everybody saves the grub, so everybody is well, which is very good.
Also, I really want to point out the almost in sync movements that we have on both screens right now, as we head into the crystallized
by both runners.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the sync is mad. It's fantastic. And so yeah, we're heading into Crystallized Mound, which is one of those places where, you know, it's pretty chill as long as things don't go too wrong. Given the platforming is a little bit tight and going up to save the grub can be a bit of a hassle. It can be tough. That was really nicely done by Vi there. Sawa also doing a very good job. And so both of them are being this Crystal Hunter for an early control.
Buggy skip, come on, Buggy.
Buggy skip.
Oh, looks like Vi couldn't possibly get. Yeah, Buggy was not cooperating today. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate because the Buggy was just up there, and that probably will give Sawa a significant portion of the lead they had back, like moving us closer to a tie is what I'm essentially trying to say, if my words would possibly work. But yeah, Vi absolutely bullied by that Buggy, showing that Crystal Hunters are truly heartless, especially considering that all of them sit by the all skills grub and do nothing about it. That is not how you should be a bystander in a situation like that. It's really not okay.
Well, in the Crystal Hunter's defense, there was a gate leading up to the all skills grub.
Okay,
that's
well,
open on the other side.
Get rid of the gate.
Do better. Grow opposable thumb. No, sorry. Grow a nail so you can start hitting the gate. Obviously.
I mean, they shoot projectiles made out of crystal. I don't see the issue here. Oh no, Sawa! No. Sawa taking a tragic fall. Falling in Dreamplats in the end, is it a humongous time loss? No. Is it really, really painful and annoying? Yes. So our hearts absolutely go out to them in this situation. That is no
Yeah.
fun. Does get
But
the underplat woo.
yeah,
We
shoutouts
didn't woo
to
for the underplat.
both of our delayed underplat for both underplats now, the one in the Crystal Dash Room movement as well as the one in the Dream Note platform.
Yeah. And it seems that Vi is still about 12 seconds ahead here. So I think that crystallized mound movement was quite good, in addition to other things, but that was definitely helpful for Sawa to get the early control. Oh yeah, nice slide there by Vi as well. They're going to be heading into crypts. Another route difference. I think this is the final route difference, if I'm not mistaken, between these two routes, is that Vi will be quitting out from Crypt Scrub, skipping the chest, whereas Sawa will be getting the chest, needing that Geo for the Shaman full route. So this is our last major route divergence, and after that we should be, well, relatively on the same warpath, but essentially catching back up to each other. And so the nice thing here is that Vi already has a bench in City, so she can head right back down and start getting to work on City-related actions.
Yeah, but on Sawa's side, meanwhile, we get to enjoy this beautiful blue lake view as we follow them to sea dash across the entire blue lake.
And I think it's at this point that we have to appreciate the greatest lake in our community, Caffeinated Composer, who is really a fabulous runner and the creator of, well, the commissioner of the gorgeous emote Shroompog Lesbian, allowing lesbians around the community to feel like they can Shroompog with the best of them. So thank you to Lake, despite not being blue, for being extremely cool. And Sawa getting their shaman, making the route finally shaman full. This is a true achievement, especially considering that by contrast Vi is in waterways, which is a huge yikes at any point.
Yeah, you just hate to see it when there's waterways involved, unfortunately.
Like,
But
why
alas,
did it have to be ways for the water? Can there be like water means? You know, like the ways and means sort of deal? Like, I'm just saying we can do better.
fair enough. And by taking very cautiously to not sit on that bench, you do not want to be trapped down here in this
Nuh-uh.
sad place. And
No.
that's a cool sea dash off a wall.
Oh yeah. Sawa is grabbed that spike grub back there that they didn't grab way back when, because Vi never has to return to get anything from Salubra since she's going to be shamanless, whereas Sawa, being shaman full, needs to grab that grub. So that the words happened. So yeah, Vi doing a lot of really nice sea dashes here. Gonna be heading into Isma's Grove to get the grub. I sure hope you don't get Isma's here. That would make my day worse.
What? Are you sure about that? Herm, are you wishing the looks like Vice, or actually yeah, the grub is also in that direction. However, are you wishing the runners to do the love key acid skip?
I absolutely am. As the route notes say, get Isma's tier unless you want to do 3 acid skips to reach Love Key. And you know what? I do want that, Virgil. That is really what I would like.
Alright, by getting a early control with the
Really
help
nice
of the horn
control
here.
there.
Oh yeah, that love key
Probably
acid skip is
biased.
terrifying though.
Yeah. No, the Love Key acid skip is terrifying, especially when you think about all of the different ways you can. I feel like the true members of this community, the ones who have really stuck it through, all have their own way of doing the Love Key skip. It's actually one of the few acid skips I'm not really that able to do. Does Isma early control Horb have a name? No, but Virgil, we should give it a name. What are we feeling?
I'm not sure, but it has to do something with like, I feel like bouncing and spikes. Something with those two, because when you don't get it. Oh, fair enough. I was gonna just say that. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Genders, bouncing and spikes, and Herbert. Everybody can put yourselves into one category. Virgil and I have identified ourselves.
Yep. And here we have Violet exiting through the City Crest entrance dive floor, which might be a Easter egg for some because
Yes.
usually
Truly
once
DLC.
yeah, usually people will just exit through city storerooms. But now I believe it is time for Herm's favorite grub in all of Hollow Knight.
Everybody, it's Grub Fungal Bouncy. I don't know if my drum roll got picked up with my mic. But
A little bit. Woo!
woohoo! Y'all, look at that. The grub, is it fungal? Yes. Is it grub? Yes. Is it bouncy? Hell yes. That is Grub Fungal Bouncy, and we are very happy to see it. Also, yay Sawa doing Isma skips. Herbert B. Spikes is definitely the official name. Thank you, Nixie. Oh no,
Beautiful.
Sawa. Sawa. The best grub
Nice.
is all 46 of them, but they are all equally the best. But my favorite is Grub Fungal Bouncy because of the name.
Ooh,
Oh my
Sawa.
gosh, for a second I thought they didn't have tier, and I was like, holy cow. That freaked me out. Sawa is really making our hearts go, kaboom kaboom, in that they are literally exploding from the stress. But it's okay, because that is what makes a race entertaining.
Yep, and here we have Vi already making quick way into the deep
Gonna
nest.
say 4
And
grubs here. Really exciting.
yeah,
Wait, Virgil.
wait,
Wait, that's literally,
did,
like, that's a run-ending mistake.
did they save the wrong grub? I think
I
they
think,
opened the wrong jar.
why didn't they wait? You know that grub is RNG, right? God. Okay, Vi making a huge mistake. Not getting the RNG grub right. I mean, that, I hope they realize what they've done. I hope it goes back before, but yeah, saving that grub. It's a mimic grub, so only that one is real. Thankfully these runners know which one it is, so they are fine. And Vi gonna be heading down. There are 4 other grubs in Deep Nest, so gonna be heading down and doing those as Sawa does the DLC dive. D-dive? Like Desolate Dive? No, D-dive, DLC dive.
Yeah.
Mimic rando, exactly. It's vanilla. Nix. I went to pull up a reference image to draw a grub, forgetting there's 9 on screen for me to reference. And 2, if you look at Herm and Virgil.
Yes.
Alright, Sawa doing Grub Fungal Bouncy. Can we get some shroom fogs in the chat for Grub Fungal Bouncy? Let's go.
Bouncy time. Okay, so now we see Vi heading into the Nosk room. Unfortunately, we will not see Nosk make an appearance today, as it is not
Unfortunately?
all.
Are you really sad about that?
Okay, maybe I have developed a feeling towards Nosk, just because for
Nosk
some
Holmes
reasons,
syndrome.
whenever I'm doing room rando, Nosk's room always shows up really early for no reason. So yeah. Maybe it is my computer trying to tell me something situation.
I think so. I think your computer is I think you should be scared of your computer.
My computer wants to impersonate me. It's okay. I'm not planning to learn artificial intelligence anytime soon.
Well, there you go. So Sawa is going to be doing the RNG grub. We're going to have to see if they get a different RNG seed from Vi. But Vi is heading up to get towards Tramway. Going to be heading down and around to get other grubs. My brain's not working too good in terms of pulling up a deep nest map in my head. But they are certainly going to be getting some grubs, and the grubs will be freed. I can confirm all of these things. Sawa gets great RNG on the grub. Serious congratulations to them. Gonna be heading down to Hot Springs now. Getting tram pass for that one tram-locked grub. The internal hive grub, namely. Oh, no,
as well as the yeah,
I guess both of them are tram-locked.
Both, yeah.
Yeah. But that one is it's the secret haha funny third waterway scrub, in that, like, yes, it is in waterways, but you can only access it from a tram.
sometimes random's objective just slides you and you hate to see it.
Exactly. So, Sawa grabbing that bench, and Vi is going to be taking the tram, I believe, first to base. I'll check ground notes.
Yeah, let me check as well. That would make sense.
Yeah, we're gonna be heading to get wings. Benching in the tram, and we're gonna get wings. We do not get base and toll bench in this category. But the other thing is that we don't save and quit after wings because we have to go and we have to get the wings locked grub in basin. After
Also
of
known
course
as...
we get this grub. Oh, what?
Yep. Also known as the only wing flock grub in the entire 46
Yes,
bunch, I believe.
very much so.
Some grubs just want to feel special, and it is a-okay.
And you know what? Every grub is special in its own beautiful way. Grub Bungle Bouncy has a beautiful name. Wingslock Grub? It's just kind of extra. Like, probably the type of grub that would wear, like, couture to prom. And you know what? Good for that grub.
Oh boy, Sawa.
Yeah,
oh,
Sawa.
They're living on the edge.
Oh yeah, Fog Canyon Grub also kind of extra being sea dash locked. Like, what is up with that? Fog Canyon Grub wants you to literally fly to get it. But you know what? That's okay. Sawa 1 HP Yoshi. That is an accurate description. Vi's gonna be doing the whole down and around Basin Mauler country trip. Why did I just I had some country guitar riff start playing in my head? I mean, Virgil is from the south, so I guess it's just being in her presence that does that to me. But Sawa gonna be grabbing the tram pass and should be just fine as Violet does the apparently country music inspired trip with these Maulers.
Yep, sometimes you just gotta take your nail down to the south, pass a couple of splitting orange, pass a couple of fountains that spray orange juice blobs, and do a beautiful trans dash off a wall and go get some wings.
Violet
The
bravely
wings part
going
actually
to the
works.
south of the United States and saying trans rights. This is the true heroism we need and not the heroism we deserve. I just love the sentence, take your nail down to the south. There's something about that for me. But yeah, Violet gonna be fighting. Why did my mind processed this as Ellie instead of Broken Vessel? This is Broken Vessel. Ellie, of course, is Lost Kin, and they are a whole other entity. But we don't have to fight Ellie in this run, which is very pleasant for all parties involved. So they are just going to be dispatching Broken Vessel here, and that's pretty much it. 525 health goes by fast when you have Descending Dark. And so we'll be heading to grab wings, and once again, not saving and quitting for our little Couture Grub.
Yep,
I like Couture Grub, that's a fun name.
Yeah. Every grub is special in their own way. Some just want to be the Couture Grub.
Yes. Now I gotta draw that heck. I gotta draw a grub wearing Haute Couture.
Aww.
That would be so cute.
We have customizable grubs as the next mod.
Yes, please. Please. I mean, we should take this moment to shout out the immense vibrancy of the Hollow Knight modding community. It's just
Very
really
true.
have achieved and what people, especially in randomizer, I mean, we make all these different jokes about, grubs and mimics being randomized and having rando brain, all this stuff, but I mean, it really is incredible how so many people have pushed this game so far despite its being made out of spaghetti. It is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, Rando has truly kept this game fresh and new despite how many years old is Hollow Knight? 5, I want to say, if not more. Yeah.
So, right. I mean, it is very wonderful. And speaking of wonderful, you know what I think is really wonderful, Virgil?
I would love to hear.
Bees, because we are going to see a lot of bees, and if you don't think they're wonderful, at this point I will literally go buzzerk on you. So.
Oh no, I was gonna say you can buzz off, but okay.
I will come at you with a buzzsaw and go berserk.
Oh boy.
Um, I'm just buzzing with energy, you see? And so, speaking of bees, shout out to the lovely, lovely 80% runner, among other categories, B Tommy, who's just really cool. I just decided to shout her out because she's awesome. Um, is it her B day? I saw her status. I knew that her B day was probably recent. So yeah, I actually think it's Bee's birthday. So happy birthday to her.
Oh,
Um,
happy
I do need to
B-Day.
behave, but Virgil, you need to behave as well. Okay?
Okay, I'm
Can you
sorry.
be better at staying orderly and focused?
Alright. I I like next time I will be more prepared with points, I promise.
I'm not sure if I believe you.
Wow, okay.
I'm having too much
I'm in
fun, so
shock.
please
Yeah.
stop me. I mean, I don't need to beleaguer everybody, but okay, by freeing us. Yeah, really nice backup there. That is a hell of a skip right there to get up, and that backup was very, very well done. Thank you, Clara, for pointing it out amidst my obsession with making bad bee puns. But it really does deserve to be shouted out. I think that this is something I always like to talk about when I'm on commentary and Verge. I always drag into the discussion, which she obviously contributes to as well. But the idea of heads up play and being a runner that has seen so many situations that you can just adapt to all of them is really something that characterizes both of the runners in this showcase because they are so incredibly experienced and have put so much into this game, not only into perfecting what has already been done, but also into labbing and improving existing strategies. So it's just really impressive to both of them how they can pull all of these different things off and just have immense success with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Hollow Knight is being such a movement-oriented game, and people have optimized movement and developed so many like backup strats. So also like shout outs to the community and the speedrunning community in general for being runner friendly. Like there are obviously, as you can see, these runners perform like a really complicated movement patterns and things, and then as like a beginner, you can still jump into the speedrunning community and be like, "Hey, let's get my first time," without having to do all of these crazy skips.
Yeah, and I think just piggybacking off of Virgil's point, if you're watching this stream and you aren't as familiar with speedrunning or Hollow Knight speedruns or something of the like, I mean, I hope that this stream really encourages you because these runs are not only are they learnable, but they're also so well taught. The great thing about this community is that there are so many people that are so incredibly excited to talk about these categories and to teach them even. And I know both Vi and Sawa are really excited about people running Elegy and would definitely be willing to talk to people about the category and what it entails. You know, provide help and feedback, and that's just something that is so awesome about this community is how wonderfully collaborative it is. I mean, even for beginners, you could say, as we re-enter Hive.
Oh no!
I mean, yeah. I got I got a Vexan gun for that one. That's very deserved.
But yeah,
But I mean,
focusing
no,
on.
it's not like some sort of speedrunning hive mind, you know? Like everybody's pretty
Oh my.
independent. And people like they, you know, it's like the golden rule of treat others how they want to be treated. People are unbelievably friendly. I'm losing my mind. Someone needs to get out of
Oh
hive
no!
fast. I can't think of more bee puns.
We believe in Sawa, and
Come on, Sawa.
they have
I
heard your
believe you.
pleas and nailed. Oh my god, nailed the skip up to the grub first try.
Alright, now they can buzz out of hive.
Oh
Thank
my
God.
gosh.
Okay.
And shifting attention to buy side with a slightly colder environment than the one we have encountered previously. Um, but yeah, we are heading towards the Love Tower to finally free the three poor grubbies that are trapped up there with the collector. And also,
Yes.
as we saw Vi do there, did she go out of her way to collect a little bit more geo, I believe? Or
I
just
think,
fell through the transition?
um, I'm not entirely sure because I was kind of focused on Sawa doing the skip and also making terrible bee puns, which Calabi accurately points out were starting to sting. Um, but yeah, it does say in the route notes collect 300 geo here for King Station Stag. So Vi does need that geo. Um, incidentally, um, and will also need to do all of that. So yeah, gonna head into opening the Tower of Love from the top of KE. But then we're gonna go do city grubs and then a few miscellaneous grubs between Crossroads, Fog Canyon, um, and then going into the weird parts of Deep Nest and QG. So we're now becoming less concentrated on going through individual areas and clearing out all the grubs, and more concentrated on just sort of finishing the route in the best possible order, which does end up being a little bit scattershot, but there's a method to the madness, I promise.
Yeah, now that the runners have pretty much pretty much every movement besides Shade Cloak, and that's another nice wiggle there by Vi, and a Fireball to trigger the bell, which is an interesting technique.
It's very
Um,
swag.
yeah, we'll be focusing on more of the freeing the grubby side because, just gotta break those glass jars. And I hope no grubbies are harmed in the process. We promise that no grubbies are harmed in the process of these glass jars breaking.
All slashes made by these. The thing is, in order to run this speedrun, you basically need a permit from the organization of grubbies that you will be extremely accurate with your slashes. Sawa once again giving us all a heart attack. I just want to note, extremely accurate with your slashes so that you do not injure any grubbies. So do note that while this category is beginner friendly, you do have to go through the office of grubbies in order to be able to run it. And if you're looking for where that office is, it can be found on the bottom right hand corner of this layout.
Oh, I was gonna suggest in the left side of the crossroad tall room, but that was
I
too,
mean,
yeah.
Grubfather eats his children. I'm not really sure.
Oh. Well, there's lore disputes on that.
Yes, there
I
are
actually
lore
don't know what.
disputes on that,
Yeah,
but
I'm not too familiar with the grubby lore. I apologize as one of the commentators of the stream.
I also apologize as one of the commentators of this stream. Oh my gosh, we have spoiled Elegy Run. Oh yeah, and then Blossom the Cellist is the CEO of the Grubby office. They communicate for the Grubbies since the Grubbities. Grubbity
Grubbies.
Bubbity Wubbity Grubbity. Yeah. Um, since the Grubbies can only sing Blossom translates, which is really helpful. If we could all get some appreciation for their efforts, that would be really appreciated.
Yeah. Another part of the Hollow Knight community is apparently we have cracked the secret code of the Grubby language. So now, if you don't speak fluent Grub, if you want to become one of the Grub freers and continue with the Elegy run, you must at least know a couple Grub words, just so the Grubs wouldn't freak out when you break them out of the jars.
Yeah, we'll look forward to people in chat translating what Virgil and I say when we're freed at the end of this run. Because, it's important. But yeah, so Sawa's heading out of KE here, gonna open the Tower of Love lever, and Vi is now going to be heading all the way up into to the Peaks Mimic Grub. This is the one Peaks Grub we don't get right at the beginning. AKA beginning of being when we're in Peaks, because it just saves time to do this sea dashing from Crossroads. It is a lot faster and a lot less out of the way. And so don't be fooled. You would think that the grub is here, but no. Instead, this grub being not RNG, just a regular mimic grub. Shoutouts to 5 Mimics, the category which ignores this poor grub and instead kills the grub mimic, which is an apt punishment for attempting to imitate such a beautiful creature. So that is all Vi needs to do, and Sawa is heading to buy that King Station Stag. They look totally good on Geo, so they're ready to advance to the next part of the run.
Yep, and now that Vi has, since she is already in the Dermouse vicinity, they will attempt to clean up a couple other grubs that we have missed at the beginning of the run, because either they take, well, it's usually because they take a little bit too much effort. For example, this grub, you could technically get it at the beginning of the run, but that would require an extra pogo setup that is pretty annoying,
That's honestly
especially if you miss.
impossible, and why would anyone ever do that?
Oh, Herm.
Virgil knows my issues with that Poco, let's say. Um, but yeah, Sawa heading around and doing the city circuit here, doing a really fine job with all this movement. Vi is going to be heading towards the very extra grub, though not as extra as the Kotor grub in my opinion, which is just so extra that you literally have to go get it on your way back from getting wings. This is like the honorary Kotor grub, being the only grub in the only grub in Fog Canyon? Oh!
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So
bye.
speaking of Fog Canyon, I think that that was just a fantastic indication of what Fog Canyon can do to somebody. Because Vi went in there, totally chill on health, doing great, moving very well, bumped an Uma, bumped another Uma, boom, boom, boom. That is all it takes in Fog Canyon, and I just think that also indicates the fragility of runs like this. I mean, Vi has been playing so well this entire time, and I absolutely don't want to discount its abilities or how well they play this entire run. It is just really, it is just the worst, one of the worst deaths you could take because it is so frustrating and it just feels like something that um, comes out of nowhere. I mean, it was so rapid. I was just talking about random stuff and thinking about how it's sad that Vi picked up Isma's tier and suddenly we're here. But the good news is, out of all the deaths that she can take, this one isn't too bad in terms of time loss, and nice gets their shade back right automatically. So
Yeah.
we'll be heading on, but that is tough for it. I feel really bad for them. It's never fun to take a death in this run, but all you got to do is keep trooping.
As the people would say it, just keep flying, I suppose, now that we have all the horizontal movements, all the flying movements, C dash. I'm not sure.
Yes. Whoa, what is up with slow stream? That was interesting. Okay. Um, Sawa in solidarity
and
turning green. Um, Vi,
and
that was an insane QGA. First
I
try.
know,
I
right?
mean,
I was
that
gonna
was
say
awesome.
beautiful.
Still mad that we pick up Isma for this run. And so yeah, Vi gonna be heading into QG. Gotta grab the QG grubs here. And I think that what is going on in chat gives us a very important moment to thank our restreamer, Kali Monster, who is wonderfully indicated on this layout, but she's also just like so cool. I can't swear because we're on public channel, but really cool to the point that I would use a lot of curse words to indicate how cool they are. Oh, unfortunate dive into spikes there for Vi. But
Kali
please
is a
thank your
very
restreamer.
hot
Kali not
melon.
only an extremely helpful restreamer, but also just a shining member of this community. So helpful to so many people and so willing to use their time to provide everybody with what they need. So thank you, Kali.
Yep, and moving back into the action, we have Vi navigating QG, the arena pretty well, and as they have mentioned before, arenas are a little bit more difficult without Shaman, but still with the help of Beat Art, which thankfully everyone will get in the Elegy percent run since you're getting
Mm-hmm.
the crystallized Mount Grub regardless, and she is going into getting lucky with that flawless acid skip.
Yes, that was a
So
truly. There are so many ways to do that love key acid skip, and Vi has really made it its own. I just really appreciate that from them. You know, showing her originality, her technique is very powerful. But yeah, Brother Wilner is also absolutely pointing out in the chat that Petra Arena Sans Shaman is extremely spooky. Um, especially as somebody who has run a lot of Dapper Mapper and has had a lot of runs killed by this arena, I can absolutely attest to that fact. And so it's really a testament to Violet's skill that she just pulled through really casually and was able to do it all. But yeah, now that they have Love Key, they're going to be going for a few things here, doing what is called A, called the worst arena in the game, and B, gonna be going into deepness to get those pesky last few deepness grubs. Thankfully gets this toll mention, it's very nice.
Yeah. All the Petrus flying around is just really unfortunate without a Shaman Stone to help you to fireball them and end them essentially.
Wait, Virgil, you know what that fog canyon grub should be called?
What?
Since we have couture grub, it's
Uh-huh.
couture. Couture? Like tour. Like it's couture but spelled with a two. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work.
Beautiful.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
This has been Herm's Brain. Thank you for attending. So now Vi gonna be heading on down into the Deep Nest.
Dark Deep Nest.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite.
Couture. You have couture, and couture. Yeah, it works. Sawa does have shop, which makes it nice.
Yeah. Vi unfortunately took a face plant on the spikes pretty low down in the room there, and unfortunately, since the room is not lit up, the room not being lit causes some resetting since it puts you back at the entrance, which is also not very cash money, as the kids would say it.
Yes, it is absolutely it has a distinct lack of cash money. But Vi is now managing quite well, and frankly, doing darkness to this grub is really not fun at all. I don't think anybody at all would categorize it as fun ever, except people who have twisted minds and enjoy darkness. And on 2 health, it is a little bit extra spooky because Vi is at risk to 1 hit from a devout. Falling again is unfortunate, but will be back up at 3, which is good. But
they seem to have fell down. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, I do think
having to take a forced exit there, I think. But
yeah, wondering. Okay.
They should be. I'm not
room.
Yeah, I believe they were done with that room.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So now they're heading into Beast. Oh God. Oh my.
Oh Lord, that is so tough. I mean, this is such a tough section of the run, and that really can't be understated. And so I am sending all of the good vibes to Vi that it can get this second time around, and that darkness won't bully her as much this time.
Yeah, I believe it's got this. Hopefully without having to do that 12 room and having the ability to just go for a straight C dash exit into the next room would help, because I know this movement here that they have shown is really standard for a lot of categories, and yeah, she navigated that quite well.
Yeah, Verge definitely has more familiarity with darkness than I do from her all skills. So I'm gonna leave the expertise on the commentary to her, but I definitely am glad to see Vi exiting into a room that we can all see and understand as they head towards the Beast End Grove. I'm very thankful.
Yeah, and although that was really tragic for Vi, this does mean that I'm not sure if Sawa is ahead, but the 2 runners are definitely more neck and neck now.
Yeah, absolutely about to be close. Because with Vi having 2 deaths at this point, things are definitely going to be tightening up. But with that being said, it is still going to come. I mean, ultimately, we still have Collector in front of us. But It is also important to note that because what is left is Collector and the large QG arena, and Sawa has Shaman for both of these, and Vi does not. It's important to note that Sawa does essentially have the advantage for the rest of the run. So it is rather looking like Sawa's point at this point.
But anything can happen, especially with this QG arena. It's
Yes.
it's very brutal with the amount of mantises that you have to face here.
Oh, absolutely. Though thankfully with D-Dark, once again, Vi should be able to power through fairly quickly. Although Sawa also has that with a shaman. But either way, Vi seems to be off to a pretty good start. Avoiding the Petras well, which can always be a pain, I say, as they get hit by a Petra. And so Phoenix of Water noting in chat that Sawa is likely about a half a minute ahead. And unfortunately, it looks like Vi might be having a little trouble in this arena, although they are seeming to do a little bit better at this point.
Oh boy.
Things like that.
I believe.
Okay.
I think that's the last round. We're good.
That is the last round. So Vi through the arena safely, but yeah, I think Sawa has about a 30-second lead on them going out of this arena. So we'll see. Let me. Okay, I've got the time at which she slashed the grub, so should be good to know from there.
Yeah, or room transition of 52, 52, probably also.
Oh yeah, 52, 52 is very easy to remember. I like that.
Yep. And Vi now going into the infamous frog room, where everything is pain, and the frogs have a very good model of if I don't know where I'm going, you sure don't either. Thankfully, they navigated this quite well, with only taking one hit, which is amazing.
Did you ever hear that commercial on TV when you were young where it goes like, "Weebles wobble, but they won't fall down"? I doubt anybody has ever heard this. This was on DVDs I watched as a child, right?
Apologize
but
that
in
I
my
didn't
head,
come to America.
it just goes, "Loodles, loodle, and they'll knock you down."
Oh,
that's all we've got.
interesting.
Okay,
Also,
Kali has heard that commercial. I feel validated. People know this reference. I never even watched it. It was just on the like DVDs I watched. Vi on 1 health. That is a bit of a scary moment, but should be making just fine.
Yeah, we're back at the stag. But in terms of time comparison, I believe since Vi exited the Petrol Arena room at 52:52 and Sawa exited around 52:08, so
yeah,
someone
Sawa with
do the math here.
Significant lead at this point, but it makes sense given the deaths. And despite the fact that Loodle's Loodle and they'll knock you down, both of them get through okay.
Yep.
Stag.
And
there has been a lot of time spent on 1 HP this race.
The runners just really want to test everyone's, cardiovascular system. Can you handle all the stress?
And can I? I don't know. But here I am. I'm still alive. I'm still commentating. My voice is still going through the microphone and onto the interwebs. So that's
You'll love to see it.
Okay. 44 seconds approximately. Thank you so much, Phoenix. That is really helpful. So yeah, Vi getting this grub, which has always given me trouble in rando. I don't know why. But it seems like we are closing in on the final steps of our run here, in which we take the great step forward and the brave slash with our nail against the ever fearsome collector. But of course, first we've got some cleanup to do around Green Path, particularly. Got to get the one grub in Cliff as well. And then once we're through that section, we are gonna go fight the collector, and Virgil and I will finally be freed.
Yep, we are waiting on our moment. But yeah, and also interesting note here, Vi did not need to save that extra grub guarded by a Moss Knight because that was a earlier route divergence, which should save her some time. Since she went for the Shaman List route and that grub was saved. very early on.
Yep, by grabbing that grub. It's crazy how fast you can do that when you have full movement. That wows me.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna be heading up and doing this similar thing, and we are down to the final few grubs before the collector. So let's start sending them. Virgil, are we going for an anti-curse with this collector fight?
Yeah, sure.
I think that both runners are gonna chain die to collector. In fact,
I know.
not only are they gonna chain guy, but they're gonna play so embarrassingly bad that they don't even get to stagger collector before they die. They are going to just repeatedly mess up so badly that the grubs will never be saved. They will be sad forever because the runners will fail so spectacularly. Virgil, we are never getting out of here.
Oh no. Well, at least I can be happy that my brethren's all 40 grubs that are currently on the screen represented, or 45 grubs, are freed. I guess we will just take one for the team.
Yes, as well as my 45 grub brethren. They will be free, except for the other 4 grubs that won't be free, and we will be in chains with our slight grubs. And the runners will also be in chains because they're gonna be chain dying into the collector.
Oh
But you know
boy.
what? At least the grubs from the hive will be free of my terrible bee puns. That is the most that I can ask for. That is the true humanity with which every grub should be treated. And so with this, I feel like we've successfully anti-cursed both Vi and Sawa. We're gonna have to see if the anti-curse works. But the goal of that is to prevent us from comms cursing during the fight.
Let's hope no one comes back to clip this part of the stream ever.
Yes. Let's hope nobody clips my confident commentary at Ancestral Mound about picking up Soul Catcher.
Not even that. I hope Zero dies. Or...
I hope Jobs dies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I hoped a lot of people to die. I apologize for everyone who ran all skills before.
We apologize for everybody that we ironically wish bad things onto. We don't actually mean it. Except in this case, we're totally serious. We're 100% serious. We believe that these runners are going to suck at collector. They are going to be so bad, the entire community is going to be embarrassed.
Yep.
They're gonna do really well, we promise. The comms cursing gods can't hear me if I whisper. But yeah, this is the last grub that Vi is getting right now. So we have calling Miss Shades given their last AS race because of her comms curse. No, we are powerful. Too powerful.
Yeah. Maybe this is my calling, is to always show up in important comms races and cause chaos. Be the chaos that I'm meant to be.
Virgil SL Agent of Chaos. So, here's the thing. We're gonna be fighting the collector. So, please send Vi your good energy. We've sent her our bad energy. We need you to send it your good energy. So that they can have a good fight.
Yes, let those grubs be
free.
free.
That damage going in, but it should be okay because they're gonna have Avengefly and stuff going up. But yep, this is it. This is where things end up. We're gonna fight collector, and then, as the route notes say, they will head back to Dirtmouth and wait roughly 1 minute and 49 seconds for Grubberfly's Elegy. So won't be sub-hour, but will be a very fine run, demonstrating a lot of skill and specialty in the end.
Yep.
Here we go.
With nice the beautiful, damage tank.
Good stagger right off the back.
Vi has broken the first curse.
The collector doesn't give soul, so you've got to get soul either from the minions or from dream nailing, relatively on a stagger. Off to a very good start so far with this fight. D-Dark is a huge win overall because it just lets you clean out the floor so much faster than you would with Shaman or something like, where you have to line everything up. Well, Shaman isn't a spell, Herm. With VS or
my favorite spell,
Shaman. You know. I thought Shaman Soul. I thought Shaman Stone, and then I thought Shade Soul, and then I was like, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and looks like
collector's
Vi
the final word.
has already flew through. Herm, is this you or me? We gotta decide. Or are we both making a grub noise on the last grub on this
No,
side? Okay.
I think this one. I think this one's you, Virgil.
Okay.
Everybody, Virgil is free.
Yay!
First of all, we have anybody who'd like to translate, since we have many people who speak grub, for what Virgil said. That's most certainly welcome, but Virgil is free, as are all of Violet's grubs, so if we can congratulate her on its massive win, that is most deserved. Obviously, we still have to wait for Grubberfly's Elegy, but Virgil is free, everybody. That is a true win. So yeah, Sawa playing well overall. 2 health can be a little freaky, especially with that Aspen refusing to die. Sawa, I respect the courage just keeping it alive and chilling out and being like, you can do nothing to me. That is true bravery right there.
Oh,
Sawa!
wow.
Jesus
Sawa?
Christ.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yay! Herm has been freed! And Sawa has also reached the end of the grub rescuing journey. Let's go.
Okay. We are free. All 92 grubs are free. This is a moment of immense joy. But what is better than immense joy, I ask? It is waiting an extremely long time to actually finish this run. Shall I sing I'm Not Tilted Anymore in honor of speedrunning?
Oh my gosh. That would be beautiful.
Okay. So, this is a song for those of you who don't know. It is composed by Quack. It is related to I'm Not Angry Anymore, which is an interlude by Paramore, which is very fantastic, and it is relatively unrelated to Gubberfly's Elegy, but we feel it is decent to pass the time. So hold on, let me take. Alright, water taken. I'm not tilted anymore. Well, sometimes I am. I don't throw to Elder Who. Well, sometimes I do.
Also, Vi
it's a
sorry.
Oh, Gigi's Vi.
Gigi's Vi.
It depends on the pace, the extent that I'm a basket case. But I'm not tilted anymore. I'm not resetting the run, I'm not ending Scream. I swear I play this to have fun, long as my splits are green. It depends on the day if I make it out of early game. But I'm not tilted, no, I swear I'm not tilted. I'm not all that tilted anymore. Okay, GG's Vi. Thank you, Verge. That was an important thing. We have to GG Vi. But now we have sung the national anthem of Hollow Knight speedrunning.
Yes, indeed.
And now we just need Sawa to get their last thing to complete the run. Should finish just a little bit ahead of Vi, but overall really close race, less than a minute margin here, is really impressive. So you have to hand it to them.
And there it is for Sawa. GG's.
Is GG's to both runners. Fantastic work. This was such a fun showcase to watch and commentate. Very close race, absolutely, and a wonderful showcase of both routes. And you especially have to hand it to Vi for doing this despite 2 deaths. This was really, really impressive. So we'll see if the runners want to come in for an interview before we close up today. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. But yeah, other than that, we are immensely grateful for the opportunity to come. It has been super duper fun. And
Indeed.
we'll see if we'll get them in here.
But yeah, massive shout outs to both. Oh, hi, Violet.
Shoutouts,
GG's.
GG's.
Hello. That sure was one of the Elegy runs of all time.
We were extremely impressed, if we're being honest. I mean, obviously, like, I'm sure it was a roller coaster, especially with the deaths, but like, Virgil and I were super impressed by how well you played. And
Thanks.
especially like how close things ended up being in spite of all of that. And we really loved your showcase of the shamanless route.
Yeah. I was happy to get to do a run of shamanless because it's a thing that most people haven't done because it's relatively new. I started doing it because Vex suggested it was probably worth it without like actually doing full timings, and then we completed timings of it. I don't think we had an exact because boss fights that are in it are somewhat variable, but it seems faster, I think. And like getting to do like a 1v1 with two different routes is also interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this doesn't look great for me saying that shamanless is faster, but I swear
I think it looks pretty darn good. The way that you like performed this close to Sawa's deathless run with your 2-death run is really impressive.
Yeah, that's fair. Those deaths were weird.
Yeah, that Fog Canyon one.
That Fog Canyon one was just so rude.
That was
It was
disgusting.
exploding jellies do be exploding jellies sometimes.
Yeah. That was rough. The Dark Nest death was just me having not done any Dark Deep Nest in a while. Like I have been doing runs of this category on and off for the past few weeks, but I also didn't end up spending any time like actually practicing that, and I haven't really been focused on it. And sometimes you just forget how to do movement.
That is absolutely fair.
Very relatable. And on the other hand, welcome Sawa as well. GG's and amazing run by you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the showcase.
Yeah, that was a 1 minute 26 second PB.
Wow. Well,
Congrats!
GG. That's fantastic. Absolutely deserved.
It was a good PB. Like I didn't really have like super big mistakes outside of where was it? I lost. I messed up quite a bit in peaks.
The Pogax,
And that
yeah.
was scary with the Pogax. And that was really the biggest mistake, and then I just kept losing time until Darkness, where I saved a minute to not getting hit in Darkness, and then Collector Scream skipped. So
yeah, that was really wonderful. You played extremely well. Were you listening to commentary, either of you?
I was until partway through when I realized my laptop would not my phone would not have enough battery to listen to comms, so I closed out of the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did hear me confidently assert that you were getting Soul Catcher, and that was a really good thing, yeah?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever been like broken so hard on stream.
Also, Sawa, I gotta ask, what was the mindset with leaving that one Aspid alive at the end of the collector's fight?
Why not?
That was quite a close call at the end with the gates opening and you dashing out like at the exact right moment to dodge it.
Yes, it was.
I respect it. Yeah, I respect.
Yeah. I went into that collector fight on. I had 4 HP because I was able to get a Dream Nail in, but my soul collection for collector is weird. Doing it well without Dreamwielder is weird, and I've taken chain hits to trying to get Dream Nails too many times. So I was very happy with how well that fight went.
I mean, yeah, the collector fight looked like really clean on both of your parts, so
Yeah.
GG's on that one.
Yeah. That Scream Skip is not a fun one, but I also haven't missed it in a run yet, and I'm not looking forward to when it finally happens on PB pace.
Oh,
That is most understandable.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fantastic. I mean, we both really enjoyed it. We both learned a whole lot. We both really commended your layout, so it was joyful.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, we're extremely thankful to have gotten to commentate this and to see it, and we're really thankful to you folks as well as to Kali for doing an awesome job on the restream.
Yeah, thanks to y'all for comms. I'm really looking forward to watching it back, and thanks to Kali for restream. And honestly, getting to do stuff like this is cool, and I hope it like happens more often, because like just getting to show off some fun memes, we save grubs, we
especially
have a
for
good
all the
time.
different categories. You know, there are so many great meme categories that have so many different cool aspects to them, and I think this was a great example of one of them. In just such a fun way, especially showcasing the different routes and slightly different versions of latest patch was super awesome, and it gave me an excuse to drag Virgil back into here, tell her a terrible Naruto joke, basically lock her in a room and tell her a bunch of bee puns for the entire duration that she was alive. They were so bad.
Okay.
I don't know. You might want to skip that over when you're watching it back.
I don't know.
to.
I think the anti-curse part might be the most interesting.
Oh yeah, you should
but
also
that's
skip
just
the
my
part where
opinion.
we said that you guys were gonna chain die to collector and be
Never.
to the Hollow Knight speedrunning community. That too, but it worked because neither of you died. So
yeah.
Also, speaking of the Hollow Knight community, yeah. Also, like, thank you everyone in chat for being again an awesome chat tonight. This
super
community
lively,
just
super
amazes me.
helpful. Yes, absolutely. We are super thankful to all of you. Oh yeah, so I do want to take a moment to bring some commentary from my grandmother who was watching the stream.
Who
says, I want to cheer for Grub Fungal Bouncy, but I don't know how to dream to join chat. And says, additionally, first of all, my grandmother sent good juju to you in the darkness, Vi. And commends Verge on her technical knowledge, says Gigi singing Herm, and says that, yes, the Fog Canyon death was rough on Vi, understandable. Finally, she says, I like listening to interviews. Sawa seems to be a nice person and got a PB, which is cool. So, many thanks are sent from my grandmother, who, despite being my grandmother, watches this stream and literally brings me so much joy by watching this stream.
That's great.
She tells all of you to save your grubs and do your thank you so much to whoever gifted me a sub. That's really sweet. To save your grubs and keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you for the gifter as well. But yeah, and thank you both racers for saving all the grubs, including Herm and me. If you need context on that, I'm not gonna. But yes.
Always happy to save some grub.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Sawa's getting a sub too.
Well, thank you for the gift sub.
But yeah, I think with that we are pretty much all met. Thank you so much once again to everybody across the whole community and to Herma from her home. And, you know, runners, Virgil, Kali, all of you are so wonderful. And so I wish all of you a fantastic night. I hope you get some rest, especially if you were participating in this event and, you know, using your energy to the greater good. But even if you weren't, get some rest. You deserve it.